I don't think I've ever been more proud of Fatima than I am watching the end of episode 11 from season 3 of Tyler Perry's Zatima. What's good, y'all? She gets Erica Vane, and this is another Zatima video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my Zatima content and conversations. And we're going to talk about episode 11, which had a much more solemn tone to it, but I definitely appreciated it. This episode felt like we're focusing a little bit more on story. I am and have been hyper fixated on characters receiving consequences for their actions. And though I know that this isn't going to last, Fatima definitely will wind up taking ZAC back. ZAC will definitely get out of jail. Like, we have seen the trailer. We know that he's going to make it to the funeral for his mom and all of that. I am enjoying this specific moment in time where we're actually watching him suffer the consequences of his actions. And I'm hoping that even in episode 12, we get to sit with it a little bit, because the biggest concern for me wasn't that ZAC got arrested, wasn't that Fatima is stressed, wasn't that she is finally questioning, is she really a fool, and how much more of this she can take, because this felt like this is the most genuine she has been in questioning their relationship, questioning her position in it, and questioning her choices to actually be in this relationship. My biggest concern was the lack of remorse that ZAC had. Because it's one thing to do some stupid stuff, but it's another thing to do some stupid things and then to not actually feel sorry, not feel remorseful, not feel any type of regret, not be able to communicate that you would do things differently if given the chance. But then you want a lawyer to come in and buy in to getting you off. You want to believe that you can convince one brother juror to understand that every now and again your brother needs to get his ass beat until he dies, and then you think you're going to be able to walk free. That's not how any of this works, Zachary Taylor. To watch him sit in the interrogation room, and when Fatima and the lawyer finally comes in, he does not exude an ounce of remorse. Not for beating Jeremiah, not for the stress of having Fatima have to watch you have a perp walk from y'all's duplex, not from the stress you've put her through in the last couple days, because this is what she knew would happen and she had been trying to avoid it, and you still did it anyway, and then was in the middle of punishing her when you come and get captured by the damn police and perp walk out of your damn house. He has no remorse for any of it, and these are the things, the displays, the actions, the mindset that is what makes ZAC so damn problematic. He's not problematic because he keeps fucking up. He's problematic because he fucks up and then he blames everybody else. He made a comment earlier on, which this episode I think was written decently. Like, there were specific points in dialogue that I was like, I actually like the way that Tyler decided to say that, or have this character say that. But he made a point of talking about he lives in hell. Of who's making? Because you have been afforded so many chances, so much luck, so much opportunity. So if you are still currently living in hell, then at this point it is of your own making. You are no longer the man who has to live off of a mother who is on drugs and is wayward and cannot love you appropriately and don't even really know what love is. You're no longer sharing a room with a brother who also winds up getting hooked on drugs. You are no longer in a relationship where you could not keep a job. You could not stop cheating. Well, I mean, you don't got a job in this one, but at least you still have a little bit of money until this runs out. You are so far removed from many of the things that you complained about at the time of being the reason and excuses for why you couldn't be a good man, why you couldn't be a good person. And yet and still, we're seeing you still be a trash man, a trash person. So now what's the excuse? The best part about this episode, again, is watching ZAC sit in this damn interrogation room, have to sit with his consequences. And this, for me, is the validation of, like, yeah, ZAC is not a good guy. He is not a better guy. He still has so much growing to do. Can he do it? Absolutely. Will he do it? That's the question. I think that Crystal did a phenomenal job on Fatima in this episode in finding that grounded space in grief and almost regret, but then still trying to hold on to hope, because there are times when you're in very toxic relationships, I recall these times, where you really begin to question everything, but you're also still being hit over the head with the overwhelming love that you have for the person that's causing you pain, overwhelming love for the person that's causing you distress, overwhelming love for the person who's causing you the anguish, and you just want the pain to stop, but you don't want the love to go away. And I think that she did a good job of like showing that battle. I appreciate even where they decided to end this episode, with her leaving ZAC in the interrogation room, having him have to sit with the idea of being alone, and her being like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and throw up my hands because I can't actually do this anymore. I'm gonna look out for me and my baby and you deal with it. But then she paused at the end right outside the door, and she's crying because you can see how hard it is for her to make this decision, how hard it is for her to walk away, how hard it is for her to even consider giving up on ZAC, which I think just points to how much she loves him, which is not something I ever really questioned on her end. I do believe that Fatima knows what love is. I do believe that Fatima loves ZAC deeply. Now, why she does it, those are some other conversations to be had, but I know that she actually does. ZAC, on the other hand, I still am very convinced that he doesn't know what at least healthy love is. He knows what obsession is. He knows what possession is. He knows what toxic masculinity is. And that combination for him has been not necessarily a good one. Now, while funny, the lesser parts of the episode definitely are the supporting cast for me. Like Belinda getting Nathan's ass together about the rent and not giving a damn that Jeremiah is in the hospital was hilarious for different points, but definitely it took away from the somber mood and the more dramatic tone of the episode. Again, I did laugh. It's nothing wrong with it. However, their scene went a little long, and then once you get to the barbershop and Mr. Tyrone is giving them information that they probably should have had, because Nathan, you was down there at the damn hospital, so you should know that they're saying that Jeremiah is dead. We also get to see Bryce and Preston in this episode, and Preston is still trying to get the contract signed. He finds out from Deja that ZAC is actually in jail after he goes over to the duplex because he's tired of ZAC like ducking and dodging and not popping up. Overall, I think this was actually a solid episode. I'm not mad at it at all. I was captivated and paying attention. Shout out to Angela for showing up for Fatima, especially after some of the words that she had for her, because while you had all of this criticism for her, who she can't pick a man, she can't stick with a man, the man that you decided to stick with is dragging you through hell and back by your edges, honey. By your edges, and your best friend is with you every step of the way, trying to keep you hydrated, trying to keep you sane, and trying to let you know that you are loved. I love the line that Angela said of like, if ZAC only knew how many people love him. ZAC is so privileged, so blessed, and I think that is what pisses me off the most about the character, how he moves about the world as if he is still so disenfranchised, as if he's still the underdog, and he's just not. He has been given so much. He is surrounded by people who continuously step in the line of fire, create bridges, and provide him with opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And behavior like the one that he had with beating the hell out of Jeremiah, and then other behaviors, just spit in the face of everybody who chose to love you, who chose to invest in you, who chose to care about you. Those are my thoughts on the episode. Let me know yours in the comment section down below, and we can get into episode 12 breakdown by clicking this video right here.